Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. This is the ISO GOAT here, back again for another quick video. Let me start this by saying I'm not a financial advisor, nor do I have financial experience whatsoever. Do not invest in anything solely based off my opinions or anything that I say in this video until you've done your own due diligence and your own research first. Never throw in more money than you're willing to lose, and also make sure you have a firm understanding of crypto before throwing in any kind of money. So I have quite a few articles today. Shout out to Alan. This man is doing research. Like, seriously, I don't know if you ever sleep, but it doesn't seem like it. There's a lot of gems he's been dropping in the group me. I just wanted to bring up a couple of these things just, to get your thoughts in regards to it. There's a lot of screenshots and things. I've also posted these on my page just as a heads up, so you can look at them yourself and interpret how you'd like. First one I have for you, this is, if it will pull up, there we go. So this article basically talks about the Big Bang approach. I know we've been seeing this a lot in some of these ISO 20022 documents. I don't know if you have in your own research, you'll probably know exactly what I'm talking about. So this article basically starts out, apparently the Big Bang approach was coined in 1950s by British astronomer Fred Hoyle. So it talks a little bit about that. I'm not really too focused on that. I actually posted this on my page recently. So I just wanted to read a certain excerpt. Obviously, you can interpret it how you want. This is going to be verbatim from these articles, so that way you guys can interpret it. Use your own discernment, use your own interpretation. Obviously, we all have differing opinions in regards to this, and obviously be respectful. So it's titled Initial Spark on 20th March 2023. For 15 years, the European Union has had the Target 2 single shared platform at its command for real-time gross settlement of payments in euro. In addition to that, the Euro Central Bank operates the Target 2 securities system for the settlement of securities transactions and the Target Instant Payment Settlements system, which is TIPS for short, for those that don't know. Those two systems heretofore have had only interface connections to Target 2, but otherwise are largely autonomous. Harmonized use of the platforms has also been hampered by the fact that they currently employ different messaging standards. Now here's what I want you to listen to. And it's also highlighted on my page as well. But on Bank Business Day, 20 March 2023, the big moment will finally arrive. From then on, all messages between and within the three platforms will be based exclusively on ISO 20022 standard. Like I said, some people don't think that crypto is involved in this, and that's perfectly fine. You're entitled to your own opinion, okay? I think that this is going to ramp up very quickly. It's going to happen when people are probably not going to expect it. I mean, to be honest, they're telling us a date, so I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, don't focus too much on dates, but I just want you to use your own discernment and interpret it how you want, okay? Next thing I have, shout out to Nathaniel Rothschild in regards to this post. Apparently it's on Swift's website. It came from their email, Swift community. We're helping to prepare central bank digital currency's future. We recently ran a set of groundbreaking experiments that paved the way for the use of CBDCs cross borders. We know two companies that focus on cross-border payments. Here are five key things you need to know about this pioneering work, and then it has the title CBDCs Connecting Digital Islands. Obviously, we know there's going to need to be a bridge in regards to these. So like I said, I think XRP and XLM will be involved in some way, fashion, form, however you want to look at it. Just as a heads up. So shout out to that brother for that. Next thing, this is also posted on my page. March 2023, ISO 20022 migration will be definitive, says Swift. Definitive. Oh man, that's a strong word to use right there. So I'm just going to take it from the article, like I said, verbatim. Swift has walked back its initial plans to delay the ISO 20022 migration of the Euro system after its global community requested that it align the start of the global ISO 20022 migration for cross-border payments and reporting, the CBPR+, for those that don't know, with the European Central Bank's updated timetable to ease implementation. As we've mentioned prior, ECB has mentioned that they are going to push this back to March timeframe. A lot of these different countries decided to push back. Some have already integrated the technology. And go live apparently is in March, okay? And this is going to be over the course of a couple years, 2025. Everybody will be in, signed, sealed, delivered, done, okay? So I do think that is very interesting. Swift is throwing that out there in regards to definitive. That just kind of like caught my eye. You guys can look at the article yourself. You can look it up. I'm not going to go too much in detail, but, that headline just caught my eye for some odd reason. Next thing, shout out to Jameson Lopp. So apparently there's a video of cops in Nevada searching a suspect and finding a seed phrase, I guess, to their ledger. You guys need to make sure you keep your stuff in a safe spot. And apparently his seed phrase is now a part of public record due to it being captured on an officer's body camera. Y'all, please, please, please be smart about where you keep your ledger, your storage, your seed phrases. It should not be out in the open. I hate it had to be him, but if this is a lesson for some of y'all, don't do like he did. Just as a thought, okay? You can do what you want though. I'm gonna skip that for now. Next thing, this was posted on Twitter. Apparently, federal regulators fined Wells Fargo a record $1.7 billion on Tuesday for widespread mismanagement over multiple years that harmed over 16 million customer accounts. I just wanted to get you guys' thoughts in regards to that. It's an interesting article if you want to look at it. Not necessarily crypto related, but obviously not everything's gonna be crypto related. Just wanted to throw that out there. Next thing I have for you guys, I'm gonna skip that for now. Shout out to, not even a shout out, I guess, but progresssoft.com. It has the Swift logo on here. And it talks about, sorry, my apologies, some of the myths in regards to ISO 20022. So myth number 2, the deadline to migrate to ISO 20022 for CBPR is November 2025, far away. Very misleading. The adoption of ISO 20022 MX for cross-border payments and Reporting Plus, CBPR as I mentioned, must be completed by 2025, at which point Category 1, 2, and 9 FIN messages will be retired from the FIN service. Now, there will be a coexistence period from March 2023 up until that time frame where some financial institutions will begin sending ISO 20022 messages to reap the benefits of the data. I'm not going to go too far into that, blah, blah. But it goes specifically into the payments aspect, and it says, while others will rely on temporary inflow and local translation services until their back office is ready to process ISO messages or invest in a payments hub solution to adopt the required changes. And then it gives time frames, about MX messages, things like that. That's over my head. But, for those people that are IT specialized, that's probably an article for you want to look at. Next thing, I have this on, I think I had posted this on my page. It basically talks about the life cycle of uncomfortable tech. So it's basically a bell curve shaped like that. And it shows obviously on this end, the early innovators, then you have the innovators, then you have the early adopters, then you have the great majority, which is basically the early majority, and then the late majority, etc. And I just thought it was kind of interesting, how that time frame does, progress as time goes on. I think we are at the beginning stages of this in regards to this technology. Whether or not you're on board now, cool, that's fine. If you are, hey, all power to you. We're on board too. I'm on board myself. But it takes the innovators to make the change in the world. So I just thought that was kind of interesting and just, food for thought, I guess, if you want to look at it. Next thing, shout out to Alan for this. This man, like I said, I don't know if he sleeps. But he found this from the Bank of Zambia. I'm going to take some excerpts from this. It's actually posted on my page as well. It says, upgrade an ISO 20022 messaging standard migration for the real-time gross settlement system. Ooh. I'm not going to read all this. Here we go. The core banking system and related applications shall be configured to process the ISO 20022 message standard by December 23rd, 2022, in readiness for the user acceptance testing basically, that will commence in January 2023. The system specifications, high-value payment system plus accelerator message schemes and usage guidelines to guide the upgrade of your core banking system and related applications have been published on Society for Worldwide Interfinancial Telecommunication, SWIFT for short. I don't know why I read all that. Fully participate in the UAT that will start in January 2023. That's number 2. Number 3, ensure sufficient bandwidth on your respective networks to accommodate the larger XML messages. And the number 4, fully participate in all activities leading up to the UAT and migration to the upgraded system. We know this upgrade is coming in regards to ISO 2002. This is a global effort. This is not something that's, small. This is huge. This is big. A lot of people think it's just messages, whether it's messages, whether it's payments. You can use your own discernment in regards to that. We are all adults, okay? I just found that very interesting. That is a fire article right there, so you guys can look into that. Next thing I have for you, this is on researchgate.net. I'm not going to go too far into it. I'm just going to take a clip out of here. But it basically talks about some of the competitors of Swift, and it lists Instex, INSTEX, CIPS, CIPS, which is sponsored by China, SPFS, which is sponsored by Russia, and then it has Ripple and Stellar, both listed. Obviously, Ripple sponsored by Ripple Labs, Inc., and then Stellar sponsored by Stellar Development Foundation. Very interesting, and they have payment protocol in parentheses, for Ripple, payment network in parentheses, for Stellar. Just food for thought. Like I said, I'll post that on my, or it is posted on my page already. And then talks about the amendments in November 2022 and then why we possibly didn't see price action. You can see the post on my page. I'm not going to go into that. Then there's also an article by openid.net that talks about the cross-border payment sector and different companies that are focused on that. Obviously, it has Ripple listed in there. Obviously, it has Stellar listed in there. It also has Circle in regards to crypto DLT, but very interesting article. I just keep seeing Ripple and Stellar anywhere and everywhere, and it's still not raising flags for people, and it's kind of scary at this point why it's not, but it is what it is. Like I said, use your own discernment, look into some of these things. You are going to start seeing their name anywhere and everywhere in regards to payments, in regards to distributed ledger technology, in regards to blockchain. You're going to see them, more mainstream as well, in my opinion, like I said. So, like I said, it's going to be a trickle, and then it's going to be a flood. This is going to be literally everywhere. It's going to be on banners. It's going to be on headlines. It's going to be on billboards, anywhere and everywhere, okay? Just my thought. Like I said, we're early innovators, so. Next thing, this is on the World Economic Forum's page. I just wanted to read this to you guys because, I don't want to take anything out of context so that way anyone misinterprets anything. Potential for privately created digital assets to facilitate CBDCs. Existing private sector blockchain-based digital assets could potentially assist in the facilitation of cross-border wholesale interbank CBDC payments and transactions. Wholesale? Oh, you don't say. I'll continue. Examples include the utility settlement coin USC and XRP digital assets. Such assets may serve as a bridge currency. Sorry, I don't have jets going over. I apparently have birds just flying and yelling and screaming at each other. My apologies. Such assets may serve as a bridge currency. You can Google this yourself if you don't agree with me. In cross-border interbank payments. Before experimenting with such digital assets, policymakers should have a clear understanding of the value add they could provide from economic and technical perspectives, considering both pre-existing and alternative solutions and limitations or downsides. XRP is literally named on the website. I continue. I'm not going to go through that. I'm going to answer a couple questions that I had. Let me see here. And I'll address a few other ones in the next video. So shout out to Turner Club. Do you think XRP will be used for good or bad? UBI. I'm going to be honest with you. It all depends on where this decides to go. There's always going to be good people in the world. There's always going to be bad people. If bad people find out about the investment, then ultimately, they can make money off the investment. I'm hoping and praying that, there will be some good that comes out of this. Like I said, I can't speak for everyone. I can only speak for myself. I know there's a lot of people that do plan on giving back in regards to, once wealth and everything does hit too. So, that's ultimately up to your mindset and, why you're in this space. Everybody has different motives, goals, aspirations, etc. And I'm hoping and praying that it will be something positive. That's just me, wishful thinking. That's just how I was brought up. So hopefully that addresses your question. Next question I have is from Winston P. Prescott. My question for you, since dollars are trash, living in America, what are you going to use to buy your gas, your car, your home, your food? Are you actually going to use your XRP to buy these things if it's going to be a 5-digit token? Also, instead of waiting for folks to buy it up or exchanges to run out of it, why doesn't the U.S. and other governments just buy the XRP and put it in a central bank digital wallet? It's only 38 cents. 60 billion times 38 cents is only $22.8 billion. U.S. Treasury could snap that up in a heartbeat. Or G7 nations could just buy 7 equal 325 billion each shares and then distribute it to their central banks, and boom, the BRICS nations will be shut out. And then corner the market and still free up the Nostra Vostra's accounts that XRP is supposed to free up. The entire purpose of XRP is to allow fiat money that is dead to be able to move around. My tinfoil hat. I like the thoughts. So a lot to tackle here. First aspect, in regards to dollars. When I said dollars are trash, I mean they're losing value over time. Obviously, everyone has bills and things that they have to pay, and they're not accepting XRP. So I'm not going to pay an XRP, and I wouldn't pay an XRP now anyways because that would be shooting myself in the foot, in my opinion. Like I said, obviously everybody has different budgets in regards to allocating money towards crypto, allocating money towards, investments, gas, food, all that. That's ultimately up to your own discernment. I'm personally not paying for anything in crypto because I think this is going to be here to stay long term, and I think value wise it is going to be substantially more than where it is at currently. That's just my thought process in regards to that. Next thing, why the U.S. won't just buy it up. So this is a global effort, okay? The World Economic Forum is involved, the IMF is involved. This is a global thing. This isn't just one nation. This is a global effort in order to eliminate some of these problems that we face with current financial institutions and banks. Nostro Vostro accounts, obviously, they mention that pretty much all the time. I mean, I think XRP is probably going to be poised to be involved in the derivatives market, in my opinion. But it's a global thing, So it's like I don't think they want to step on each other's foot because they want it to be equitable between each nation. Obviously, it will be based on like certain reserves, whether it's gold, however you want to look at it. But that I don't know. I don't know the intricacies in regards to that aspect, but I think that they're trying to do this in a global effort rather than have just one country, hey, they have all the power. Because that's basically the problem right now with the dollar. We've been printing the dollar like there's no tomorrow, and a lot of other countries don't like that. So they want a more equitable system. It's trustless, it's decentralized. So I feel like that's something that we're moving more towards, in my opinion. Like I said, I could always be wrong, so don't take that for face value. Hopefully that addresses that question. And the G7 and G20, I think they're all, like I said, trying to work together. Nobody's trying to step on each other's toes. I feel like, I don't know. Maybe it's to prevent another war. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know the backstory, to be honest, but like I feel like it's going to be a global thing and something they're trying to work together to bring out to the masses. Okay. Next thing, obviously we know BRICS is working on their own financial system. I don't know. I think a lot of this is probably I won't say theater, but I feel like they're finding a reason to implement this. They've been testing this for a while, and now they need some kind of excuse to bring it to the forefront and bring it to the spotlight, okay? So what better way than to create, havoc, or, a war, or, this nation doesn't like this nation. I mean, that would be smart of them. I mean, nobody'd really catch on to it. But a lot of people do research these things, so we're able to pinpoint some of these things and make these connections and connect the dots. And I don't think that they count on many people to do that. But shout out to y'all for actually taking the time to look into some of these things. Next thing, that should pretty much answer your question. And yeah, once XRP is implemented, it does free up Nostro Vostro accounts. And obviously XRP has way more use cases than just Nostro Vostro. I mean, you have derivatives, you have NFTs apparently on the XRP ledger. Like there's a lot of different things. So, and I've heard people talk about ESDR and, it's like there's a lot of different options. There's a lot of different avenues that this can take. And I'm excited to be here on this journey with y'all so that way we can see how this all rolls out, and then years from now we'll be telling our kids or grandkids, hey, like there was this revolution going on, the fourth industrial revolution, and I was involved in that, and like not many people can say that. So that's just my thoughts in regards to that. Hopefully that addresses your question. Like, comment, subscribe, share this with someone you love. I definitely appreciate each and every single one of you. Happy holidays to each of you as well. I'll try to get a video out each day, at least up until Friday. I'm working on that. It's been a hectic day today, so ISO gold out. I will catch you on another video. Thanks so much for your time.